right. So I'm picking up on this energy about, I don't know, I feel like there's an older lady or a more cunning lady that in the garden that feels some kind of way. Anyways, Grand Rising and welcome back to the platform. They know what they did to a young girl from the beginning because she was the fairest of them all. This is somebody that could have been trying to get somebody in a stumbling block all this time. It's almost like the new cherry flavor or something like this, right? That's the label that was on somebody as a youth or something. This is like a woman that was tied in with your father or something like this. Because I was thinking about, you know, I listen a lot. And I heard what somebody said, and I could kind of tell who. It's like a spotter energy. Once I spot something like that, it's like, okay, I see what you're doing. Even though I know my life is not on trial and these people can't judge me, there could be something important, a matter that needs to be filled in, something like this about a situation, because I keep picking up on a girl, you know, in the woods or something like this. Like somebody was trying to say something like some girl was found in the woods, or there's some people, some boys that found a girl in the wood that was their friend or something, and something had happened to this girl. It could be something to do with sleepwalking, supernatural things, alien activity, being around someone. It's also about like girls or women that maybe was quieter or something like this, or fell in the wasteland, like, but they had something powerful about them, or they had something promising, a future, and there's these other women that wanted this, like the daughters of these men that they work for in these labs, or they work for on these connections with these neurochips or whatever this is. And once they get the dad in the bed, it's this kind of energy. I've had to deal with it all my life, where, you know, somebody is being rude to you or mean to you. They're connected to your dad or something like this. You know, they're either being sneaky with your energy. But I'm picking up, there were some women, they can't blame it all on these men. There were some women that was sending these men in, these older men in, to get close to these girls that have these qualities, so that they can bring them back to the woman. So some of this pedophilia shit with these older men that have been, like, they could have more remedial minds, or they could have been smothered, or they could have been used by these particular type of women, these witches, or compromised, right? And these women use them as like runners or something like this. They protect them at the back end when it comes to, you know, judges or something, as long as they can bring that energy back to them to keep them in the game. So yeah, so I was thinking about that, but somebody trying to make something like something, because I feel like something could have backfired on somebody, even as a child. This could be people that was forever youngers that was around you, or those women that could pass as young women, but they was really older, more experienced and wiser. But they could have been like looking like they the same age where they could be in school with you, but you could tell that there was a knowledge or a wisdom or something a little bit more deeper about these girls. You know, some of them could have been like 14 and they already had 3 children. You know, it's something a little bit more, I don't know, advanced. So I feel like this is like girls that have it's the energy undeniable and it's irresistible, and they had to make us seem like we was fast. You know what I'm saying? You could be somebody that every time when you go into the gas station, there's always some older man, or there's always somebody trying to talk to you. So somebody's saying something about meeting somebody in the woods or something, but I'm telling you, these girls be telling on themselves, because then this is telling me that you're one of those girls that was using your gifts and your powers to lure girls towards boys or men, or somebody was doing something. because I heard, and then I was created. So this could be that your Akashic records is hidden from your own self during this part of the journey, this vision quest. Because remember, we seen vision quest in reverse, and like the knowledge that you need to go through these things to move shit out the way. If you was even on that level, if you was even a regular, do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody else is using this, or like I told you, it's two energies here. Two of these mommy water type feminines. One had this trauma happen to them, and they're trying to they're trying to download it into my processor or yours, so you can look at as damaged goods or something like this, but really you was untouchable or I was untouchable, right? At the back end, because it's like you got to be involved in something for it to heavily take over your life like that, or somebody was doing, grown-ups and adults was doing something wrong, and some motherfuckers should be in jail. So if my reality is more prominent to me, I can't see ghosts and I can't see back end shit. If my reality is just what I've been seeing with these two eyes or something like this, I can't, like, all this stuff is just dark, or it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's face value for me. I could have grew up with somebody taking my gifts and using my gifts, so I didn't have them throughout my life. I could have only be able to see things face value. So I needed extra protection, right? Let's just say that. All right. Maybe not that much, because you was already like the daughter of like somebody, or somebody, but you was the muse of a very powerful man that watched out for you or something like this, right? But somebody was saying something, I can't, about meeting somebody in the woods or something like this. But I'm thinking like, because when there's girls that I know that they on my frequency, I'm listening to them for a reason. Okay. So it made me think about this. I can't call this man Leo. He kind of looked like, those people on Sleepwalker, that movie. I think it's Stephen King Sleepwalker. That one dude, I think his name was Leo in that movie. And he kind of looked like a real cat. Like his features look cat-like or lioness-like, right? His real features, right? But remember, when they could turn into those long, skinny, like they could turn into those cat people, but he already looked like that in the face a little bit, right? That's why I think that they casted that person for that part. But I told y'all this story before. When we lived in the Greens apartments, that there was this older man, and he used to come trying to pin me up around the corner and shit like this. But I was not attracted. I was like, no. I was like not attracted or whatever like this. Okay, I was not playing around with him or nothing like this. When the person did it or whatever, because he used to look or something, I'd be like, when we look like, oh, hi, Mr. Such and Such or something like this, then you notice something, you might be a little flattered for 1 second. But I'm like, nigga, listen, I'm like 9 to 12 years old or something. Like, I know you got to be in your 20s or 30s. You know what I'm saying? So somebody is trying to make somebody like they faster than they are. All right. This could also be feminine energy that were trying to preserve themselves, because they knew that some type of trial in the future. And so they were these snaky women that was using these girls as assholes to go out and have sex so that they can keep their record clean. But I'm going to say this about this person, then we're going to go ahead and do this reading just to try to see what these girls, because these girls want they girls, they daughters, or these people that they groomed or they spliced to be the choices for the masculine energy, or the men that's supposed to be protecting me, or that was purchased by me or for me, or to protect me, or whatever the fuck this is, right? So to guide me through this, whatever the fuck this is, right? That's why it was done that way. And when that motherfucker, one day he came up and tried to pin me up to the corner of the apartment or whatever, and he tried to kiss me, or he might have kissed me or tried to kiss me, and I went and I told my damn uncles. So, you know what I'm saying? I went and I told my uncles. Now, this could be also something that changed something, because what if my uncles didn't know that person was supernatural or whatever? What if they didn't know that this man was an entity? What if they didn't know something? And I think one of my uncles did check him about the shit. All right. But it's making me think, what if because of that, then this could have been something that could have got them fucked up in the spiritual? Because I think a little cousin, I think it was my cousin actually that went. My uncle was pissed off and said, I think he might have went, and then my cousin went. My cousin Darnell or whatever. And I noticed that a little bit after that, because I think he had been like infatuated, or just like a little bit infatuated with a Parham girl, one of my dad's girlfriend's nieces. All right, she might have been like 17, something like this or whatever. And I just remember, I think he ended up going to jail because they said it was statutory rape. But I feel like, I wonder if that happened also because he told that person to stay away. So this is like these people working on a this is like these people working on a, like, on a collective level as like predators sitting there, like setting children up for the snare. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking about the consequences, right? Or thinking about the consequences, because these women wanted to replace me in the future. They could pass as looking at them like they my same age. They could pass for looking like they my same age or something like this. But that's what I was saying. Even if I have gifts right now, or even if something, that's the shit I need, bitch. You so nosy, or you so scared that you gonna get caught and they gonna see how deep y'all was in my energy. You see what I'm saying? That somebody can't stop their fucking self from trying to get off the hook or something like this. And somebody that could be a masculine that could have been supposed to be hooked up with me, but these women lured them in and showed them how they can have access to these little girls. And like, she's grown, let her go or whatever. I know she was your favorite or something like this, but we got other little girls to fuck with. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm the one that's saying, hell no. This shit stops with me. So, of course, it wasn't in the newspaper. I was known to live my life, but if I am a main character energy or something like this in this story, it could have been that something could have happened to me and they could have made a new me or something like this when I was little. I don't know. But it's like, why does everybody, if I need this shit right now if they really, in your spiritual journey, you have to go through this, so you have to find out this or something. I don't think that that's for me. I'm telling you. I think this is a sneaky way that they trying to test the Lords. All right. Because it may be that things were going to happen to me anyways, and that's why they keep on with the process or keep replacing me or something like this. But we're not talking about this for no reason, for these people not to be held accountable. Somebody could be also dealing with a feminine energy right now that was doing this in the past. And they're like, oh, well, I still want to love this person or something. Well, that's going to look skeptical to me. I'm telling you, this is these weak was willing to sacrifice their daughters or something like this for these women here that had them compromised, or that had them compromised in some kind of way. This could even be a review whether these women could have been processing girls and stuff like this that weren't that powerful. Because I feel like we're done with this bitch, because she could actually win and flip this over and she could be the change. So they're trying to hurry up and move my story out the way. But this is really the main story. This is like the only story that actually really fucking matter for you to get this shit right. Because it stemmed out for so much. It's like one girl is the open vassal, or her energy is powerful enough to allow these women to have access to many vassals. So there ain't no other something. There's no apologies or nothing, because this opened up for people to be able to rob, rape, pillage, distract, destroy. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And again, I told you, it's skipping succession. So it's they're trying to hurry up and like move somebody out of the way, or this could be a review where does somebody get a new start? And you have to realize that some of us, they don't want to see your ass on the planet no more, because you the real change, or you really something that really have a real purpose, and they don't. Or like I told you, these is who's the fairest of them all, and somebody said, oh, this girl's gonna have a child, or this is the child that was born that was more beautiful or something like this, or her energy is more powerful, and this is how these women get on you. All right. So it's not just the men. The men are just the pawns in most of these games. When it comes to like child predator energy or predatorial energy here. Right? Some of these women needed this energy so they can stay young, so they can stay psychic, so they can stay this or that. Some of these mothers, some of these were your mothers or your aunties or the women that you spent the night at their house, or the dad's girlfriend or something that was allowing for people to have access to you. He didn't know that she was a witch or that's what she was in, or some of these men did know. Some of the men is the ones that wanted your fucking position. You see what I'm saying? Or didn't want you to amount to anything, or to make it look like you was just so fast or something like this. It's something about like look but don't touch. I kind of like that. That's kind of like was my motto as well. Okay. Also something about attention, because I never liked attention. I never liked attention on me when I was little. I didn't like to go places where it was a lot of people when I was little. By the time from the age of like little girl, like 0 to 12, I didn't like to be around a place where all kind of people. I didn't like to be, I've always really liked to keep a tight circle. I always really didn't like to be, close with a lot of people, not close. Like even in school, I was like the cool, chill girl that was kind of like, you could find me by myself, but I actually could like come plug into a group of people and we could have a lot of fun, or we could talk and chat it up or something like this. But I didn't need to be popular. I didn't want to be, you know what I'm saying? So again, as a child, I just don't think that I was an attention seeker, not even from my parents. You see what I'm saying? Not even from my parents. I feel like these regular motherfucking humans, you know what I'm saying? That shit that y'all struggle with, it just wasn't for me. And it's not being cocky right now. Whatever, this is being sure. I'm sure of things. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is sure of I'm sure of things. Somebody trying to tell me something about myself? No, you got that shit wrong. I'm sure of myself. You understand? So I don't know if this is some kind of review where they're seeing like somebody else was like manipulating something where you on the brink of non-existence. Somebody thought that they had that much fucking power over somebody that had a pure or an innocent energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? That people knew that motherfuckers was in the Truman Show trying to hunt you down for your energy, but they tried to hold you as a child. This the way you was groomed your whole life, and somebody tried to hold you accountable for it, okay? So I'm hearing something about wanting someone around here, all right? Somebody wanting someone around. But that's what I'm saying. If I'm not going to be, like, that's like you wanted me to be stuck in a country or something where I don't know the language. I'll never know the language. I don't fit in. I don't, because you want me around, you want me to be uncomfortable, or you want me to be something. And that's why I was hearing that whatever these upgrades that these people has had, it makes them unholy. So it really, it makes them unholy. So it's like, who put them on a judge's seat or a bench or some shit like this to be making them make decisions or something like this? Something is foreign about their development, and something is unholy, and something makes them foreign to this situation. Some kind of upgrades. It's like a school for whatever, but somebody is a school for, I don't know, good witches that study herbs, but then they find out that they got a bad witch that been using herbs to kill people. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's something like this. It's something like somebody could be charged for this. I don't believe in spiritual court. I'm not gonna normalize whatever the fuck y'all. You understand? I'm not gonna normalize that if I can't be sitting on the board, or if I can't be having all the same knowledge and information about a situation. If somebody else got all my memories and I can't jot memories down or go back through, I don't want to be. That's a setup. It's a setup, and I feel like this is a one-sided situation for people that get dragged into it, where there's no winning because the people are the judge, the juror, to something like this. And again, I feel like, motherfucker, don't judge me. I'm going still with what the Bible said, and that I'm the motherfucking Lord. Don't judge me. You not to say so. Of all them bitches will be dead. They already are, is what I'm hearing. They already are. You understand what I'm saying? This could also be somebody like, in those witch movies where she's like, go get the girl, like Snow White and shit like this. Like, go get the girl. But somebody could have known that alien activity was, like, it could be normal for, if there were supernatural people around you, but you weren't, but these people had advantage or the access to you. or they had access to you. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, like keeping you quiet or keeping you feeling like your story is not important, especially once things started to open up, keeping it like you not important or something like this, when your testimony could be the most powerful thing to put stuff that back together and tear shit down, right? Because somebody wanted to act like you were just as tapped into the dead part as they were growing up to make you seem unholy. But the truth is, you wasn't picking up on this shit. You was never aware. You could never protect yourself. You was never able to protect yourself the whole time, and nobody else doing it either, unless they were getting something out of it or something. It turned into something else here for somebody. All right. I hate to admit. So I don't know. This is my first time getting that song on here. All right. So like I told you, this is also something about when I put last night before I went to bed, Lee Gacy. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Cause it's like snitches, you getting stitches or something like this, but it's like, wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me? Yeah, you mean to tell me? Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. I didn't drink that damn coffee. I gotta go home first. We're gonna have to finish this video out. I gotta go home.